My name's Dave Crane. I'm owner of Dave's Records. We open at 11 o'clock. If there's a bunch of people waiting, don't freak out. Not everybody wants your piece necessarily. But I've been working in the store in this neighborhood for 23 years, and I've been working in the record industry for about 25 years. And I always wanted to work in a record store, and I could never get a job when I was a kid. Now I'm in the position of telling kids to come in 3 or 4 times a week. Sorry, I just don't have a job for you. So, I got lucky in life. As I started collecting vinyl, when I was a teenager, I just realized that, I was kind of an oddity because I had a lot more music that I thought I didn't have that much. But then when I went off to college and I brought all my records, people were like, "Man, you got a lot of records." I liked the music so much, and I liked the actual format so much, because just sitting there and reading the liner notes and the lyrics and reading who's in the band and all that stuff, I just love that stuff. For a long time, people thought, oh, they don't make records anymore, because they only shopped where there were CDs, and then they'd see stores like this and they thought, oh, well, that's just all old music. They don't have any new music. And I'm encouraged because there is a new generation that is getting into buying vinyl, and I think, that cycle just continues on again. My collection is, I weed it out pretty readily, and I have about 4,000 LPs. But when you work at a vinyl store like this, you find that that's not really unusual. There are guys with 50,000 and 100,000, and you're like...
Chess. Nobody ever mentioned anything about a sword fight.
My name is Boomer Lowe. This is Hyde Park Records. We're in Chicago on the south side on 53rd Street. We've been open now, this is our 5th year in business, the 5th year being open with the doors open. I'd worked at record stores for 8 years before, and I moved to Chicago. Started working at a place called Secondhand Tunes, which there's still one up in Evanston. At the time there were 4 stores. There was here, Oak Park, Evanston, and downtown. And the store here, I started working at the store down here full time, and it was actually in this location. I started working at a record store that I realized kind of what the big deal was. People would people were crazy for vinyl records. You can tell by, especially the first time they come in, we have a little wall over here of just fun records on the wall. Sometimes, mostly they're expensive records, but they're also fun covers and stuff like that. And if dudes walk in the door and the first thing they do is they stop and they look at that wall, I was like, "Hey, we got them. They're in." And they come in the walls are the big thing. That's how you can tell. If somebody's first time in, if they just stop and start looking at the wall and pulling things off the wall, then you're okay. Well, that's a pretty good sign. Now, once we know we've got them, it's the first thing they'll do. They head for the dollar bins, or they'll head right for the 45s. You know, they've got the layout of the store the first time in, and now they know what they want. So they'll head straight to the jazz section, start pulling out the ones they want, start heading, and, you know, pulling out a crate. We know they're going to be here for 3 or 4 hours. We know it. And they know what they want. And we know that they know, so we don't bother them. We're like, hey, if you want a crate to sit on, go ahead. And they know all that. So, but then they get a look in their eye, they pull up to the record player. We have a record player, people can listen to records. They'll pull up and they'll have a stack of stuff. CDs were made like tapes are made to be like a disposable medium, you know. And now it's disposable. If people just want the song, they'll go download it, you know, either for free or they pay $1 for it or whatever it costs. And they realize that having a bunch of bulky CDs is like, you know, it's kind of a pain in the butt. If they get a West 63rd Blue Note pressing, you know, mint pressing of an old Dexter Gordon record, this is something, right? It'll always be something. Especially the later it gets, it's going to be even more and more.